Okay, good morning students. We'll start with today's lecture. In the morning we have seen the construction of signal flow graph, and also we have seen the illustration of the Mason's gain formula. How to apply the Mason's gain formula in order to obtain the transfer function of the given system, that we have seen. Right. Next, in today's lecture we will see the signal flow graph algebra and how to convert the block diagram to signal flow graph, the procedure that we will see. Then how to obtain the transfer function of system using signal flow graph. Right. We'll solve one or two numericals based on that. Okay. Okay, first we'll start with the signal flow graph algebra. Okay, fine. First, we'll see node as a summing point. For example, this is the signal flow graph. For example, there is node. There are several nodes here: y1, y2, y3 till y8. Right? y1, y2, y3. So some nodes act as a summing point. Some nodes act as a transmitting point. So we will see which are the nodes that acts as a summing point and which are the nodes that acts as a transmitting point. So first we'll see the node as a summing point. You can observe here the node y1. The node y1 is the summing point because many signals are coming into it. You can observe here the signal from y2 is coming, right? So it is addition of y1 is addition of the gain a21 into y2 plus a31 into y3 plus a41 into y4 plus a5 into y5. You can observe the signals coming from y2, y3, y4, y5. Just observe here y2 is coming right to y1, so it acts as a summing point. Another signal y3 is also coming into it, y4 is also coming into it, y5. So it is the addition of all the signals multiplied by their respective gains, right? So y1 acts as a summing point. The node y1 acts as a summing point. Okay, next we will see the node as a transmitting point. You can observe here the node y6, y7, y8. They are the transmitting points. Let us take how they act as a transmitting point. Consider y6 here. The signal from y1 is coming multiplied by the gain, right? y1 into a16 is y6, right? So the signal is transmitted from y1 to y6. Hence we call y6 as a transmitting point. The node y6 acts as a transmitting point. Similarly, you observe y7. The signal from y1 is coming multiplied by the gain a17 into y1, right? So y7 is a transmitting point, y8. But the node y2 is not at, just observe here, the node y2 is not a transmitting point. It is not a transmitting point, right? Observe the node y6, y7, y8. They are the transmitting points. y6, y7, y8. The signals are coming into them because the signals are transmitted from other node to these particular nodes. Hence, the nodes y6, y7, y8 acts as a transmitting node, whereas the node y1 acts as a summing point for the signals that are coming from y2, y3, y4, and y5. I hope you came to know what is node acting as a summing point, node acting as a transmitting point, right? Okay, next we'll continue with the signal flow graph algebra. Suppose the branches are in parallel. This is the signal flow graph. Random signal flow graph has been given. The nodes are y1, y2. Yes, you can observe from y1 to y2, there is a branch that is going from y1 to y2 with gain A. Another branch going from y1 to y2 with gain B. Similarly, other branch C. You can observe these branch A, branch B, branch C. They are in parallel. If the branches are in parallel, you can replace these three branches by a single branch by adding their gains. So replace it by a single branch by adding their gains. A plus B plus C. Indicate the gain on the branch, right? So this is how you can replace whenever we have the branches in parallel. So just add the gains and replace it by a single branch. So branch C is a gain A plus B plus C, right? And this is the single branch. So whenever the branches are in parallel. Then next, whenever the branches are in series, for example, you can see y1 to y2 is in one branch, y2 to y3 is one branch, y3 to y4. The branches are in series. Whenever the branches are in series, right, I can replace by a single branch from y1 to y4. y1 to by multiplying the gains. Just multiply the gain a1 in a12 to a23, a23 to a34. Just so multiply the gains and write it on the top of the branch, right? y1 and indicate the direction. So whenever the branches are in series, multiply the gains and replace with a single branch. Whenever the branches are in parallel, add the gains or subtract the gains based on the sign there. If it is addition, so add it. If it is minus, subtract it, right? So add the gains whenever the branches are in parallel, multiply the gains whenever the branches are in series. I hope you came to know this, right? Then last, that is feedback path. Observe here, this is one of the signal flow graph. This represents the signal flow graph of the simple closed loop system, right? Simple closed loop system. And you can, I want to eliminate this feedback path, right? So this is the feedback path. So you know this, just I will show you, right? So this is R of S, 1 minute, G of S, C of S, plus minus h of s. This is the block diagram of a simple closed loop system, right? Yes. Then we know how to convert this block diagram to signal flow graph. For this I have already told. So we'll see the conversion process later once again, right? Okay. So this is the error signal E of s. Is it fine? And this is instead of Y of s, it is C of s actually. C of s output. So here also it is C of s. Okay, fine. This signal flow graph represents the signal flow graph of a closed loop system, simple closed loop system. Yes, it has a feedback path here. G and H. G is the forward path element. H of S is the feedback path element. Here in the signal flow graph, G of S is the forward path element and H of S is the feedback path element. Right? We want to eliminate this feedback loop. So observe here, the gain between R to E is 1 and C to C it is 1. So R and E, right? We will neglect them and we will eliminate this. We know how to replace G divided by 1 plus GH. If it is negative feedback system, here minus sign is taken care here. H of S minus H of S. So it is negative feedback system. G divided by 1 plus GH. So write down the gain and replace all these three branches by a single branch. R of S is the input and C of S is the output and the gain is indicated on the branch with the arrow, right? So this is how we can eliminate the feedback path and rewrite the signal flow graph, right? So how to apply the algebra, signal flow graph algebra and reduce them, that this is one part we have seen. The next, construction of signal flow graph for control system, already we have seen in the morning. If I have the differential equation, just I will not go through this, you go through this. I have differential equation, take Laplace transform and you will get set of linear algebraic equations, right? You know how to represent those set of linear algebraic equations in the form of signal flow graph. You know it, already I have told in the morning. The same steps are given in wordings, that's all, you read it, right? Okay, we will draw the signal flow graph of each equation and finally we will get the final signal flow graph. This we have seen. We have taken two examples in the morning. How to construct the signal flow graph from the set of linear algebraic equations that we have seen. So next we'll see the procedure to convert block diagram to signal flow graph, right? Okay, there is a strict procedure we have to follow in order to convert the given block diagram to signal flow graph, right? We'll see the steps, right? In the given block diagram, assume the nodes, just point one. In the given block diagram, assume the nodes at, we have to assume where the nodes will be coming at input, output, summing point, every branch point also called as takeoff point. Branch point is also called as takeoff point, you know it, right? Takeoff point. And in between cascade blocks. So where we have to select the nodes? We have to select the nodes at the input, output, wherever the summing point is there, you take one node there. Wherever the takeoff point, you take one node there. And whenever the two blocks are in cascade, suppose this is one block, this is one block, they are contained. This is, let me assume this is G1, G2. So you have to take node here also. Whenever in between the cascade blocks, these two blocks are in series or cascade, right? So take one node here also, right? This is the meaning. Then how to select the nodes we came to know. Next, coming to the point number 2, draw the nodes separately as big thick dots and number the dots in the order. Yes, we will represent input node, intermediate nodes, all those nodes, right? We will represent like this and we will number them. So we can number as 1, 2, 3 or else x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 and so on, right? So draw the nodes separately as big thick dots and number the dots in the order. That is x1. x1 is input node, x5 is output. For example, I have taken, right? So this is not the only thing. Next, we should concentrate on main forward paths, then feed forward paths, then feedback paths. So signal flow graph, you can observe here, main forward path, just I will go back. Okay, I will tell you what is main forward path, you know, in the block diagram. The same thing comes here also, main forward path, the path which connects from input node to the output node by traversing several branches. We call it as main forward path, right? Okay, and mark the gain in between the several branches. That is one thing. First, we should concentrate on main forward path. This is the main forward path. So join it like this and mention the gain here. Join, this is the main forward path. And mention the gain. If it is gain is A1, A2, A3, write the gains there. Then concentrate on feed forward path. Feed forward path means from x2 to x3 it is going like this, right? So gain, let me take it as A3, A2 and A3. The blocks are in feed forward means blocks are in parallel, right? Feed forward path. Feedback path means from output to input like this. This will be this is the feedback. Let the gain be A5, something like that, right? So draw the nodes. First concentrate on main forward path and mark the gains. then concentrate on feed forward path and mark the gain, then concentrate on feedback path and mark the gain. This we will see, you will understand when I solve the problem, right? Or whenever we convert block diagram to signal flow graph. I'll tell you with example. Okay, we will take the numerical directly. We will take, already we have solved this numerical. So just I'll read the question. Obtain the transfer function of the control system whose block diagram is shown in figure, this 3.14. By block diagram reduction technique already we have done, right? This problem already we have done. Next we will solve this same problem by signal flow graph method, right? So this is the block diagram given. First we should convert this block diagram to signal flow graph. So we'll see the conversion steps. Observe carefully. If any doubts, please unmute yourself and talk to me so that I can clarify your doubts immediately, right? Just observe here. So we'll follow these steps, how to convert the block diagram to signal flow graph. Assume nodes at input, output, intermediate nodes, summing point, takeoff point, all those things, right? So here the input is here. So I'll take one node here, input R, right? Is it fine? So R is one input node. So let me call it as X1. I have to number them, no, in the order. Then next I am going in the forward path first. From input to output, I will go straight first. I will not concentrate on side branches, side loops or something like that, right? Feedback path or something. First main forward path. So assume the nodes here, takeoff point. This is takeoff point or branch point. So take one node here, X2 I will call it as. There is summing point here. So I will call it as X3. I hope you are getting. Takeoff point is there. I have called it as X2. Summing point, because first step in the given block, assume nodes at input, output, at summing point, at takeoff point or branch point, and in between cascade. That I am doing, right? So yes, for block is the gain, so I will not take. So here one more takeoff point, so I will call it as X4. Next I am going in forward path. The summing point is there. I will call it as X5. Right. So takeoff point is here. I will call it as X6. And this C is the output. You can call it as C only, or else instead, okay, let me take it as X7. Right? X7 I have called it as X1 to X7. These are the nodes. X1 node, instead of X1 node, I can call it as R also. No problem. R node. Or else you can replace it as X1. Okay, let me continue with this only. This notation. Then this is not complete. Still first step is not over. Still the summing point is here, right? X6 is over, X7 is over. Next I will call this as X8, because summing point, I will call this as a node X8. Now, is there any summing point or takeoff point anywhere other than everywhere, anywhere in the block diagram? No. X8. I have covered all the input node, output node, summing point, takeoff point, cascade blocks, everything I have taken care. So totally 8 nodes are coming. So I will draw these nodes from main forward path. First I will concentrate X1 to X7. X1 to X2 first. X1 to X2. Observe here, X1 to X2. The gain is unity. Nothing is there means it is 1. It is 1. Then X2 to X3. Once again the gain is plus 1 only. X2 to X3. The gain is 1 only. Because the sign is plus and gain here it will be 1. If nothing is given, gain is unity gain. From X3 to X4, the gain is G1. X3 to X4, gain is G1. X3 to X4. So gain is G1. So I will mention the gain here. Please be careful. Right? X3 to X4. Next, X4 to X5. X4 to X5. X4 to X5, gain is G2. X4 to X5. What is the gain? Just observe. X4, between X4 to X5, gain is G2. So I will indicate that gain here, G2. And observe the sign. It is positive, so I am taking plus. Here also positive, right? Take care of sign also. Then X5 to X6, it is unity gain once again. X5 to X6, it is unity gain. Then X6 to X7, right? X6 to X7. X7 is the output here, right? Gain is once again unity only. If nothing is given, gain is unity, right? Main forward path I have covered, starting from input node. Then other thing, feed forward path, feedback path, all those things I will take care. So G3 should be, the gain is not taken care. It is coming between X4 to X5. Next sign is negative here. So minus G3 I will write. Gain I will write it as minus G3 between X4 to X5. X4 to X5. X4 to X5. So what is the gain? Minus G3. This sign should be taken care. Minus G3 is the gain. right? This is taken care. Next, between x8 is there, I have to indicate x8 here. X8 is in between 4 to 5, so 4 to 5 x8 I will write here somewhere. X8, this is x8. I have to take care of all the nodes. So x6 to x8, the gain is h1, sign is plus, plus h1. X6 to x8, x6 to x8, arrow mark, right? Observe the arrow mark. 6 to 8 it is, 6 to 8 plus h1. This is taken care. Next, x8 to x3, the h2 gain is h2 but sign is minus, so minus h2. X8 to x3, x8 is here, x3, x8 to x3, it is going from 8 to 3. Observe here, x8 to, it is going direction, and minus h2 is the gain, so indicate that gain minus h2. I hope you are getting. 6 to 8 is taken care, 8 to 3 is taken care. Next, this gain g4 is not taken care, this we have to take care. It is in between x2 to x8, but sign is minus, so minus g4 is the gain. So 2 to 8, 2 to 8, 2 is here, 8 is here, so 2 to 8 I will draw from 2 to 8. So arrow mark is like this because it is going from 2 to 8, 2 to 8. Gain is minus, sign is there, take care of minus, minus g4, minus g4. So now signal flow graph is ready. This is the signal flow graph of the given block diagram, right? If any doubts how to convert block diagram to signal flow graph, you can ask, so that I can tell you once again immediately, or else I'll continue with the problem. In this problem, what they was obtain the transfer function of the control system, right? Now we have represented this block diagram in the form of signal flow graph, and we want to obtain the transfer function by using which method? Not block diagram reduction technique, already we have done. Next, using signal flow graph method. Yes, we will see signal flow graph method and we will continue. Is it fine? Okay. Yes. Just I will write the formula, Mason's formula. T is equal to summation of pk delta k divided by delta. This is the formula of a Mason's gain formula, right? And k varies from 1, 2 and so on, right? This we'll see. Then first, we know the step how to do it. Identify forward paths. First step is identify forward paths. So forward path means which will connect from input node to output node. This is the input node and this is the output node. Is it fine? So here transfer function means here t is equal to what? So output node is x7, input node is x1. So it is x7 to x1. Is it fine? So here what is x7? It is nothing but c. X1 is r. So I will say c by r. Is it fine? I hope you are getting c by r, and you will get some transfer function. We will find this out, right, using the Mason's gain formula. Okay, identify the forward paths. Yes, I'll write first forward path. So I'll forward path, right? First one. So P1. So let me write the path x1 to x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. If I go from input node to output node in the like this, so this is the forward path. So what is the gain of that? I will write P1. Multiply all the gains. 1 into 1, just observe how I am moving. 1 into 1 is 1, into G1, into G2, into 1, into 1. So G1, G2 I will get. Right? This is the gain of the first forward path. 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into G1 is G1, G1 into G2. Right? I have written here. Then 1, 1. Right? Then second forward path. If there is any second forward path, we will try to identify. Just observe here. X1 to x2, x2 to x3, x3 to x4. From x4, I will not take the straight line path, forward path. Just I will jump here. x4 to x5. The gain is minus g3. I will jump from x4 to x5 like this. Observe here. From x5 to x6, x6 to. This is second forward path. So let me show it here. x1 to x2, x2 to x3, x3 to x4. From x4, I am going to x5, but I am jumping. So I will show that jumping here like this. Earlier I have not shown. Second forward path is x4 to x5. I will show the jumping like this. x5, then x5 to x6, x6 to x7. So what is the gain of the second forward path? P2. Multiply all the gains. 1 into 1, 1 into G1, G1 into minus G3 is here, right? So G1 into minus G3 into 1 into 1. So minus G1 G3. I hope you are getting what I have done. Multiply all the gains. 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into G1. Next I'm jumping G1 into minus G3. So minus G1, G3 I have written. Next remaining gains are 1, 1, right? Okay. Is there any third forward path? Let me search it. Uh, First forward path is over. Second is this. Third, uh, let me, yes, I can go like this. I can go like this. I can go like this. Yes, third forward path is here. I hope you are getting. Just observe once again. X1 to X2 I will go. From X2 I will go to X8. From X8 I will go to X3. From X3 I will go to X4, X5, X6, X7. So this is third forward path. So I will write it X1 from X2. From X2 I will go to X8. From X8 I will come back to X3. From X3 I will go to X4. From X4 I will go along straight line, not this shift. So X4 to X5, X6, X7. What is the gain? Multiply all the gains. This is the third forward path gain. So multiply all the gains. So I will multiply all the gains and write it 1 into minus G4. Minus G4 into minus H2. Minus G4 minus H2 this gain. Then G1 into G1. Then into G2. Then remaining 1, 1. So minus into minus it will be plus G1, G2, G4, H2. I will write the final gain. Minus into minus it is plus. So it is G1, G2, G1, G2, G4. I am writing in the order, that's all. H4 into H2. I hope you are getting. Then we'll try to find out is there any fourth forward path. Yes, it is there. Just identify here. The arrow mark I have to show here. X1 to X2, 2 to 8, 8 to 3, 3 to 4. From 4 to 5, earlier in third forward path I went straight. Now I will shift it, jump. X4 to X5 jump, X6, X7. So I will write the fourth forward path, X1, X2. From X2 I am going to X8, X8 to X3, X3 to X4. From X4 to X5 I will take a jump. So that I will indicate here, that jump. X4 to X5, that jump I will indicate. Means I am going through this. Gain is minus G3. From X5 to X6, X7. So the forward path gain, fourth forward path gain, just multiply all the gains. 1 into minus G4, minus H2. Then I will come G1. Next, I am not going like this. I am jumping from X4 to X5. Gain is minus G3. So minus G3. I jumped here. Then 1, 1. So minus into minus plus, but here another minus is there. 3 minus signs are there. Minus into minus plus, plus into minus minus. Once again I will get minus. So I will arrange G1, G3, G4. G1, G3, G4. G1, G3, G4, then H2. I hope you came to know. Let me find out, is there any fifth forward path? Is there any fifth forward path which is connecting from input node to output node? Over. Only 4 forward paths are there. Totally 4 forward paths are there. 4 forward paths we have identified. Right? In the previous Mason's gain formula illustration, we have seen only 2 forward paths were there. We have identified. Right? Here 4 forward paths. Based on the problem, it changes. Right? Next, what is the second step after identifying the forward paths? Second step is identify the individual loops. Okay, we'll go for identifying individual loops. Second, identify individual loops. Identify individual loops. Yes, we'll see one by one. Is there any loop? How many loops are there that we have to identify? We'll see it one by one. Is it fine? 4 forward paths, fine. And next, individual loops. How many are there? We'll see. Right? Okay. Let me start from here, X2. It goes like this. Yes. No, this is not possible. I'll start from X3. X3 in the start madidre. Yes, I'll start from X3. I'll go like this. From X3 I will go. From X3 I will go. X3 to X4, X4 to X5, X5 to X6. From X6 I will come to X8. From X8 I am going back to X3. Yes, this is one loop. Yes. So I will write that loop. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. See here, 3, 4, 5, 6. From 6, I am coming to x8. From x8, I am coming back to x3 once again. You should observe, it should start and terminate on the same node, x3 to x3, right? So this is first individual loop. We make use of notation P, first individual loop. I will read like this: first individual loop, 1, 1, first individual loop. What is the gain? We will see. So G1 into G2 into 1 into H1. So let me write it here. G1 into G2. Okay, let me write one by one. G1 into G2. G1, G2. 1 into H1. Then minus H2. Minus H2. So this minus I will take here. H2. I hope you got it. Multiply G1 into G2 into 1 into plus H1 into minus H2. So I will be getting this. Then next, we'll try to identify if there is any other individual loop, second individual. Yes, it is there. You can easily check it. 3 to 4. From 4, I will not go straight with 5. I will jump. From 4, I will jump to 5 like this along the gain minus G3. From 5 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 3. That's another loop, right? Second loop. 3, 4. From 4, I am jumping to 5. That I will show you. Jumping I will show you here. You can observe here this jumping 4 to 5. Right, jumping is there. 4 to 5, then 5 to 6, then others remaining same, 6 to 8, then 3 is 5. So second individual loop, 2, 1. I am reading like this: second individual loop means second one, right? Individual loop. So multiply all the gains. Instead of G2, minus G3 will come. Instead of G2, minus G3 will come. Just observe here, everything will remains the same. Instead of G2, minus G3 is coming. So instead of G2, minus G3 is coming means minus into minus it will become plus. So G1, G3, H1, H2. Just multiply and check it. G1 into minus G3, minus G1, G3, H1, minus minus plus into H2. So I am getting this. I hope you are getting. Yes. Instead of G2, I am getting minus G3. Just instead of G2, minus G3, minus into minus, right? Previous loop and this loop I am comparing and I have written here. So, is there any third loop? Try to identify. If it is there, tell me. If anyone can tell if it is there or not. If it is there, you tell it is there. If it is not there, not there. Third loop is there. Search it. If it is there, try to find it out. I am also searching. It is there or not. No, it is not there. Right? Only two individual loops are there. Third loop is not there. Then next, what is the third step? Identify three non-touching loops. Three individual loops are over. Sorry, not three, two. Individual, one is over, next two non-touching. Identify two non-touching loops. Two non-touching loops. Yes, we know that this is loop 1, this is loop 1 and loop 2. Both are touching each other. So, there are no two non-touching loops. If there are no two non-touching loops, there are no three non-touching, four non-touching and so on. There are, you write down this statement, there are no 2, 3, 4 and so on non-touching loops. Non-touching loops. They are not there. Non-touching loops. There are no two non-touching loops, three non-touching loops, 4 and so on. Then next, we will write the Mason's gain formula once again. Mason's gain formula. Here T. What is this T? We know it. It is x7 by x1 here. So x7 by x1. So it is equal to T. Yes, or else C of S by R of S. C of S by R of S. If I don't write S, by default S will be there. It is in Laplace domain. C by R, right? So C by R, it is equal to x7. So it is overall gain T is equal to. Yes, observe here how many forward paths are there? 4 forward paths are there. P1, P2, P3, P4. Observe here Pk delta K. So P1 delta 1, P2 delta 2, P3 delta 3, P4 delta 4. Because 4 forward paths. So I will write it here. P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2 plus P3 delta 3 plus P4 delta 4. Based on the number of forward paths. 4 forward paths are there. So P1 to P4 we have written divided by delta. So Pk delta K by delta, right? So Pk delta K is K runs from 1 to 4. P1 delta 1, P2 delta 2, P3 delta 3, right? So call this as equation 1. and we know already, we know P1, P2, P3, P4, we know the gains here, right? It is there. Then we will calculate delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, delta 4, then we will find out delta, right? So what is delta 1, right? So I'll write here only with respect to this, with respect to this first forward path. So I'll change the color. So with respect to first forward path, what is delta 1? Delta 1 with respect to first forward path. First forward path means like this, the straight line like this, right? So these two loops, there are two loops. One loop is this and another loop is this. So they are touching. So delta 1 is 1 only. 1 minus gains of the loops which are not touching. But these two, there are only two loops here. There are two loops. Those two loops are also touching. So delta 1 is 1. Then coming to the second forward path, what is delta 2? We will find out. So second forward path, which is second forward path? Like this, and we are jumping here like this. But still these two loops are touching. So delta 2 is only 1. So coming to the third forward path, let me check it, which is third forward path, 1 to 2. From 2 we are going to 8 like this. This one. Yes, once again all the loops are touching here. For this forward path also, delta 3 is 1. Coming to the fourth forward path, like this, it is going like this. Shift. Once again these are touching, so x4 is equal to just 1. So delta 1, delta 2, delta 3 all are 1 only, right? So we have found out delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, delta 4. So next, the remaining job is to find out delta. We will find out delta. 1 minus the sum of loop gains of into sum of loop gains. SLG I am writing, sum of loop gains of individual loops. Individual loops. Plus alternate sum of loop gains of two non-touching loops. Two non-touching NTL. Minus sum of loop gains of, this continues, of three non-touching loops and so on. This formula continues, right? Plus and so on. So 1 minus the sum of loop gains of individual loops. We will open the bracket and we will add all the loop gains of individual loops. So loop gains of individual loops, this is individual loop, the gain is here, right? Just I will add them, whatever the minus G1, G2, H1, H2. Then second gain is G plus G1, G3, H1, H2. Plus this part, this is over, this is over, this is over. Next it will come here. Sum of loop gains of two non-touching loops are not there, so it is 0. So here it is 0. No need to add plus 0 and write it. So this is delta. Is it fine? We can rewrite the delta by multiplying the minus sign. So delta is equal to 1 plus minus into minus, it will become minus into minus, it will become plus 1 plus G1, G2, H1, H2. Then minus into plus, it is minus minus G1, G3, H1, H2. So substitute values of P1, delta 1, P2, delta 2, P3, delta 3, P4, delta 4 and delta in equation 1. We will get the transfer function C by R. C by R, that is nothing but x7 by x1 here. That is nothing but the overall gain T according to the formula. So what is P1? P1 is G1, G2. G1, G2. See here, observe here, delta 1, delta 2, delta 3, all are 1. So if I multiply delta 1 here, all are 1. So just it is addition of P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4. We will add all the gains. P1, what is P1? G1, G2. P2 is minus G1, G3. Minus G1, G3. Then what is P3? P3 is G1, 1, 2, 4. G1, G2, G4, H2. G1, G2, G4, H2. G1, G2, G4, H2. Then what is G4? We will see. Sorry, P4 minus G1, G3, G4 minus G1, G3, G4, H2, I think. Correct? G1, G3, G4, S is correct. So P1 into delta 1 is 1. Delta 2 is 1, right? If you substitute also, you will get the same thing. Divided by delta. What is delta? 1 plus G1, G2, H1, H2 minus G1, G3, H1, H2. So this is the transfer function or overall gain of the given system. This is the transfer function. This is the transfer function what we have obtained from transfer function obtained from signal flow graph method, SFG method we have done. Yes, the same thing we have done by block diagram reduction method, and compare the answers. Both the answers are same here. This answer and that answer, you compare it. So both the answers are same here. Just I am verifying with the textbook and it is correct, right? So it is fine. I hope you understood this. Yes. Any doubts? You can unmute yourself and talk to me so that I can clarify your doubts. Is it clear? Second problem. This one, I will give it to you. Can you do it? Can you do it? So note down this. Note down this and try to solve it. Note down this question. Take the snapshot. Obtain the transfer function of the feedback control system shown in the figure by signal flow graph method. By block diagram reduction technique, we have done this same problem. So convert it into signal flow graph. I will just give the hint for you people how to convert it into signal flow graph. I will give hint and leave for this problem. By tomorrow you do it. Saturday let me take class or not, I will decide and I will put the message later. Okay. Yes, I hope you have noted down this. Taken the snapshot. Then next we'll proceed. Just I'm giving the hint. I will not solve this. So R, let this R be there. This is one node will come here. Let me call it as R only instead of X1 taking. So here one more summing point is there. Let me call it as X1. Earlier I called it as X1 instead of R, right? Let this be R only. X1, another summing point X2. Here gain block is there, leave it. Summing point is there, take X3. And takeoff point is here. X4 you take it, takeoff point. Then one more takeoff point. So X5, I'm going from input to output, forward path. Then gain you leave it. Then summing point you take X6. This takeoff point is there, X7. And this one more node is there, that is C node, right? Okay, X1 to X7. Then search for other things. Here one more takeoff point is there, I can take here also. So X7 let me take it as X8 because this is takeoff point, right? Yes. Is there any takeoff point, summing point anywhere in the other part of the block diagram? No, right? So I will redraw the block diagram. Observe R to X1. From R to X1, R node, and this is X1 node. So gain is 1. So between R to 1, you just observe here. There is that. Okay, I have to go to next slide. I am going to previous slide actually. So R to X1, the sign is plus, gain is plus. So R to X1. So R to X1, R X1. The gain is plus 1. From X1 to X2, sign is plus. Once again, gain is plus 1. X1 to X2, it is plus 1. Then next, X2 to X3, sign is plus, gain is G1. So plus G1. Plus G1. Then 3 to 4, X3 to X4. So gain is plus 1. X3 to X4. Then X4 to X5, gain is plus G2. Then X5 to X6, gain is plus sign is there, plus G3. Then X6 to X7, gain is unity. From X7 to C, gain is once again unity. So forward path is covered. Next we'll take care of other paths. So feed forward path, it is like this. So from X4 to X6, gain is G4, sign is plus, plus G4. 4 to 6, 4 to 6 I will draw the line. 4 to 6, 4 to 6 I will take like this. What is the gain? Plus G4. Indicate that gain here plus G4. Next, this is taken care. Next, from X7 to X8, gain is 1. X7 to X8, nothing is there. So we have taken already X7 to X8, right? It is no, not taken. X8 where it should come. So let me take it here. It is X8. It is going to X3. So let me take X8 somewhere here. I am taking here X8. So what is the gain from X7 to X8? It is 1. X7 to X8, gain is 1. From X8 to X3, X8 to X3, I will draw the line first. X8 to X3, X8 to X3. So X8 to X3, observe the gain H2, but sign is minus. So minus H2. So minus H2 I will write. I hope it is clear. Next. Still H2 is taken care. Next H1 should be taken care. It is between the node X5 to X2. Between node X5 to X2. X5 to X2, let me draw it. X5 to X2. x5 to x2. X5 to x2. What is the gain? X5 to x2, it is minus, sign is minus h1, minus h1. I hope you are getting what I am doing, right? x5 to x2. Then next, the h1 is taken care, h2 is taken care, g4 is taken care. Yes, one more unity feedback is there here. From x8, it is going to x1, x8 to x1. x8 is here and it goes to x1 here, x8 to x1. Is it fine? x8 to x1. Observe here, x8 to x1. So what is the sign? Since it is negative feedback, minus 1. Yes, this is the complete signal flow graph for the given block diagram. We have converted block diagram to signal flow graph. Next, I will give the hint and leave you. You do it, right? So how many forward paths are there? And all those things you have to do, right? Okay. Just we'll discuss. How many forward paths are there in this? Can you tell? Anybody can tell how many forward paths are there? How many forward paths are there? Yes, anyone? Observe here. R, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, 7, C. This is one forward path, right? This is one. Yes. Second forward path. R, x1, x2, x3, x4. From x4, I will take jump to x6 like this. x6. Then x7, C. So second forward path. I hope you are getting second forward path. Is there any third forward path? Check it if it is there. I don't think so. Only two forward paths are there. How many forward paths? Forward paths are 2 and write down them, right? So 2. The next, individual loops. How many individual loops are there? Individual loops. Just I am giving the hint for this problem. How many individual loops are there? Just check it. Can you identify? Take some time and do it. How many individual loops are there? Yes? Can you try it? I will be doing it, but any of you have to tell no. Okay, let me start. Big loop. Observe here, very big loop. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. From 7 I will come to 8. From 8 I will go back to x1. This is big loop, right? Just I observe my hand movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From 7 I am coming to 8. From 8 I am coming back to x1. This is one loop. Loop 1. Yes, loop 1, big loop. You don't write big loop. I am writing here for my reference. Yes, loop 1 identified. Next, this is a very big loop. The next, another big loop is there. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. From 4, I will jump to 6. I will not go to 5. I will jump to 6. From 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 1. Second big loop. Right? Once again, big loop. It is second L2. I will call it as. There is jump here. Means from 4 to 6 I am taking jump. 4 to 6 I will show it like this. 4 to 6 I am taking a jump like this. So that for my hint I am writing, that's all. Then third loop, two big loops are over. Then third loop you can see here 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. From 5 I went back once again to just I'll write here 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again back to x2. This is loop 3. Write this loop. Once again I'll show you. This is loop 3. The next loop 4 is there. Check it. Let me start from x3. Okay. 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8. From 8 once again to x3. Yes, this is there. x3, x4, x4 to x5, x5 to x6, x6 to x7. X7. From x7 it is x8. From x8 I am going back to x3 once again. This is loop 4. This one once again observe here. One more loop is there. 3 to 4. From 4 I will jump to 6. Right? I will jump to 6. 3 to 4, 4 to 6. 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 3. So same thing, x3 to x4. x4 I will take jump to x6. 4 to 6, I'll show the jump. 4 to 6, then 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to back to x3. So this is loop 5. Is there any sixth loop? Yes, if it is there, please try to find it out. Yes, only 5 loops are 5 individual loops. 5 individual loops are there. I hope you identified and write down the gains of all the loops. One big loop, this one, this is one big loop. Second big loop, jumping here like this, right? Third loop is starting from 2 like this, and it is coming back to 2. Third loop. Fourth loop, it is starting from 3. This is one, and this is another. Fifth loop, right? Totally 5 loops are there. Next, identify 2 non-touching loops. 2 non-touching loops. Are there any 2 non-touching loops? Can anyone answer? Identify 2 non-touching loops. Identify 2 non-touching loops. Can you identify? Are there any non-touching loops? Yes or no? Yes or no? Please check it and tell. So you have identified 5 loops. Whether the loops are touching each other or not. Are there any loops which are not touching each other? Loop 1 and 2, loop 1 and 3. Just check it. Very big loop. Here there are no 2 not, because all the loops are touching each other. See here, if I take this loop, big loop, loop 1 and 2 are touching. If I take this loop, yes, they are touching each other. So there are no 2 comma 3 comma 4 and so on non-touching loops. They are not there. They are not present. Right? I hope you are getting. Right? Forward paths we have identified individual loops. There are no 2 comma 3 comma non-touching loops. Then what is delta 1, delta 2? 2 forward paths are there. So delta 1 and delta 2 here. Right? If I write the Mason's gain formula, it is 2 forward paths are there. P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2 divided by delta, right? So P1, P2, you know how to calculate. Just I have identified. And delta 1, delta 2, I will tell you. So this is the first forward paths. All the loops are touching. So delta 1 is 1. So delta 2, second forward path is this. Observe here. Take the jump. This is second. Since all the loops are touching here, so delta 2 is also 1. So delta 1, delta 2 are 1. So we have found out delta 1, delta 2. Then what about delta? 1 minus the loop gains of individual loops. So here, let me call it L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. But write down the gains. Don't write L1, L2. Right? L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus L4 plus L5. Sorry, L5. So 2 non-touching loops are not there. This is 0. Everything, right? So stop here only. Don't write. So write down the gain. What is the gain of loop L1, L2? Here you have to substitute here. And we came to know delta. Substitute P1 delta 1, P2 delta 2 and write down delta, and finally we will get the transfer function. Right? So I will write down that transfer function for your reference so that you can do it later. The T or C by R, the output by input, what you will be getting, I will write. So G1, G2, G3 plus G1, G4 divided by 1 plus G2, G3, H2 plus G4, H2 plus G1, G2, H1 plus G1, G2, G3 plus G1, G4. So this is the answer. Please note down. This is the answer, and you solve it. If you have any doubts with respect to this problem, you can ask in the next class. I'll stop here.